Solomon, your voice is breaking. I can't hear you clearly.
Can confirm if you can see my screen first before we move forward. Ni,
Blank.
what did you say?
I mean, your screen is blank.
Right, okay. So how about now?
It's loading. Yeah, I can
See
see
it
it.
now. Okay. So let's move on. So this is loop and list. This one, loop and list. This is the example code. Do you know your for loop? Mini.
Yes, yes.
Alright. So this for loop now, remember we have Daniel, Solomon, Daniel, David, Daniel, and Solomon, our list. So we are now iterating in it. We said for student and student, we have 3 students, and we're printing out those students. So we'll be able to print out Daniel, Solomon, and then David. Now, question: how many times will this loop run?
How many times will you run? I think it will just
Yes.
print out the
How many times?
amount of the items in the list.
Yeah, that's how many
And then
times because how many items are here? How many names are here?
sir?
This screen, or is it not showing? Oh, it's not updating real time. How many names are there?
Three. Sorry, two.
Are you sure it's two?
I mean, the indexing is two, but there are three items there. Can you guys hear me?
Mini, what did you take?
I mean, there are three items in the
Uh,
list.
what was the
But
question I asked?
how many items are in the list? How many names are
So,
there?
so I asked
There are
how
two
many
names
items,
there.
and I said how many names. There are how many?
Three.
So why are you not saying in there? Who is asking you for indexing? This guy.
I mixed it up at first.
All right. So you know there are 3 items. That's 3 names in this list. So now the question is saying how many times will the loop run? So how many times will it run?
Three.
3 times. Nice. So the next question is what happens if the list has 10,000 items? What happens if it has 10,000 items?
Mm. It's run 10,000 times.
to run 10,000 times. Nice. Nice. Your brain is on 5G, Abby. Okay. Continue. Why is the loop necessary here? Why is it necessary in this
Mm,
scenario?
why is it necessary? I don't know.
Why is it necessary in that? You don't know why it is necessary.
Yes.
Serious.
us to print each student's information.
But
Therefore, for us to print to be able to print each student's information.
okay.
Okay.
That's
What
true.
about you, Mini? Did you understand what he said?
Yes.
So for us to access each student in that list, that collection of data, we need a loop. Because if we wanted to access just one, we could just get it by the index. Now imagine you have 10,000 students. You don't know the index. I think this is even interesting. Let's do it this way now. Let's say Mini unscripted. Have you been to the Yaba Center before?
Yes, yes,
Right. So let's think of that I think the fourth floor they do like events in the fourth floor, so they arrange chairs now. So
yes,
let's assume Mini is a new lecturer in Miva. Get and that event at please Mini mute your mic, please. Scripted mute yours too, so I would not get any. Okay. So Mini is the lecturer, a new lecturer, and Dr. Emeka happens to be in Lagos Center at that moment now. Now, this is what happens. Mini is a new lecturer there, and Temeka asked Mini to go and call unscripted in the Yaba Center. Mind you, the event happening at that moment had 10,000 participants there. So, 10,000 students sitting in rows and columns at that fourth floor there. He goes in and then because Dr. Emeka did not tell Miniyi where unscripted is seated, which means Miniyi would enter that fourth floor, would enter that class, and start asking them one after the other. You unscripted, you unscripted, and you unscripted. She would continue to do so till she gets to let's now assume the unscripted is sitting at the 9,000 seats there. So Unscripted sitting at that 9,000 position there, Mini has to do what? Ask the same question and over again till she gets to 9,000 before Unscripted will say, yes, I am here. That's for this loop and list now. You see how that one works? Now, the next one would actually go to after this loop and list is going to be the dictionary. Now, how will that dictionary solve this kind of problem for us? Now, Dr. Emeka tells Mini that go to seat 9,000 and call unscripted there. See how straightforward that is. Now, Mini does not need to start asking for each and every one of them because in each chair, at the back of the chair, there is a numbered position, like a key assigned to all of them. So the first chair is always having the let's say the number one key, the second chair is having number two key, and the 9,000 chair is having the key of 9,000. So it's straightforward for Mini. If he just enters there, go straight to 9,000 and call unscripted. Now you see the time complexity between the two of them. So for the list now, she took 9,000 times just to go and call unscripted. That's 9,000 wasted time for people who are actually, no people don't have patience again in this world. So everybody is like rushing. Here you get. Now, with that dictionary way, which is just the key and value, unscripted being the value, and the chair having the key, it's easy for Mini to just go there and call them. So now, do you understand the analogy I've given to you guys? Any question based on that before we move forward?
I understand. Oh,
Any
I do have a
question?
question.
Any question? Any
So,
question? Any
um,
question? Any
you've
question?
explained
Mini, any
what's it called?
question?
The use of the list now. So let's just say I miss the 10,000 names now. If I haven't gotten the index of that particular name, how do I get it? Like, will I read all the names to get the index for it, or there's a particular function for it for to get the index of that name? I mean the item. Can you guys hear me? Oh,
Your network, his network is not good. That's why.
mm, thank you.
You come back. You didn't speak.
Yeah, so probably you guys were talking then and I got disconnected. So question. And let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, I can see your screen.
All
You
right.
can see
Should
your
So
I
screen.
should I ask the question again or what?
yes, I did not get any when I asked any question. That was when I got disconnected.
Oh, okay. The question was, if in a situation where I don't know the indexing at all, like I mean I don't know the index of any of the items in the list, and I'm trying to like
Yeah.
get the index for one of the items. Am I going to start reading the index for each
You read
items?
yes, you I that's why we give the example of you being the teacher going to look for someone. Now you don't know the index. You don't know where that person is, but you know the person is there. Of which you in fact you're not even sure the person will be there because there are cases where you start looking for an item in a list and then you search through from the let's say from the first position down to the 10,000 position and the person is not there and then you come back and say not found. So you wasted 10,000 iteration just to for someone that does not exist. You see that one is wasting time. So you go to that class just because you're looking for unscripted, and unscripted does not have, they did not give you the index position of where unscripted is. You start
Yes.
asking from the first seat, second seat, third seat. Like I'm very sure if it was humanly possible, you would if you don't tire, like if you don't ask 100 people, you just assume it's not there and just start going. Get.
Yes.
But in the case of dictionary now, they've given you a key. I'm not talking about list with the index now because if you are storing users' data, you will not as soon as the you are storing their data, you will not be taking their index position and be saying, okay, this is the index position. I'll go and look up for this one later. Like it does not make sense logically. So what they usually use is always dictionary get the key and the value. So it's key value pair for that one. You just need the key to get the value. So unscripted is the value and the chair has the key because at the back of the chair there is a number indicating the seat number that they ask you to go and look for. So they just tell you, Mini, go to seat 9,000 and look for unscripted there. So you just go straight. Like it's just one lookup you do straight up. You just go straight
Okay.
and call him. You see how fast that one is. So in normal big O notation, they will tell you that one is O of one because you just looked for it once and you got it. Get instead of O of n, is it n2 or for looping? Then you start searching over and over and over and over. That one is in sequence. So the higher the data, the higher your iteration in that one. Miva now that we have 25,000 students and they ask you to go and look for someone who is in the 24,999 position. So you know how long that one will take you to look for that person. That's how this thing works. Do you understand unscripted?
Yes.
Unscripted, are you with us? Your network self don't
Ah,
do it in my own
100.
network they do.
Okay. You do,
Right.
don't do it before, so I'm back now.
All right, let's move on. So modifying a list. This is the example code. you have different methods you would use to play with your list. You have the append. I think the English word append makes sense to you. If you know the English word of append, you should know what append is doing, right? What is
Addition.
append? Addition. Okay. Ni, any other definition?
Attach.
All this one. They use English when they take confuse us. Right, so what unscripted has said and what media has said would add them together, attach, addition. Makes sense. Now the next one is
Also,
dot.
your what's called your screen is telling me I've been disconnected.
Was
I need you to check.
unscripted. Can you
Probably,
see my screen?
I can see your screen. I can see it. Probably you should just try and close the stream and then come back again.
Oh, it's
Let
showing
me
now.
close this. Okay, all right. Let's move on then.
Thank you.
All right, let's move on. So the append is doing what? Is adding to. Now note this down. Append would always add to the last position of your list. You get, like, your append would always add to the last position of your list. You are adding it in sequence. So if you have Daniel, David, and Solomon, once you append unscripted, scripted is going to be beside Solomon, which was the last item in the list, and unscripted becomes the last item in the list. You understand? Now, in my example, there is obviously no God's will there. So if I do student dot remove, what do you think would happen?
You remove the name that is being
Is there
bracketed.
God's will? Is there God's will there?
No, there's no ghost with it. Are you talking about the
Eh,
actual listener or for this
I'm
one
not, I'm
now?
not talking
If
about
there's
the
no
actual.
ghost,
We know what remove will do now. Remove is self-explanatory. We know that remove will remove whatever items. That's if the item is there. But in this case where the item is not there, what do you think remove
It will
will
bring
do?
up error.
index error.
All right, let's move on. When we do the exercises, we'll see all those things in action. So the question
Mm.
now, what happens if the item to remove is not there? Yes, that's what I just asked now. Now, another question, will the back end
It
crash?
will give error.
Yes, now the question is, will the back end system crash?
No, no, crash.
I don't think it
What
will
do you say?
crash.
You don't
No, no,
think it
it
will
won't
crash?
crash.
Something that gives you error won't crash. Do you think so?
There might be some slight error,
I mean,
but it's
it's
going to
just
be
giving
like
error.
it's not more of
Who's
like
connected to their who is
while
connected to
loop.
their system? Who's connected
Yeah,
to their system?
I'm connected to my system.
Now run the code. Write student equals to Solomon, Daniel, David,
Okay,
and
I'm coming.
then you now do student. You print. Don't print. Just do student dot append unscripted. You do student dot remove God's will and run it. Let's see what
Okay,
happen.
you coming. So let me go.
Right.
Hope you will catch my system.
When you say crash, does not mean your system will stop working. We're talking about the program in this sense now. Program is what we're
Okay,
saying. With the program, like in a normal, if you fail silently, like when a program fails silently, can raise an exception and say, "Yo, this item does not exist in this collection." It will continue running the program, which means you can continue to add more students, you can continue to delete more students. But when we're
okay.
talking about crash in this sense, now I'm saying it will crash the program that you cannot even add student or remove student again.
Okay.
I've been in such situations several times, and probably I will still even enter another one. Who knows? So life day. Yeah.
I'm on it too.
We know. I know. So you dey use Edge network now. Why you're typing slow?
It's showing uh list dot remove X is not in the list. X not in the list.
Okay, you know what you do? Share your
Yes, sir.
screen. Let's see.
Okay. How will I share my screen? Okay.
See
I've seen.
name again. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right.
So this is the error here.
All right. So you can see what I'm saying now. Can you see the stuff? It's giving you a value error. It's saying X is not in list. That item is not in list. The one you're trying to move. So you see what I'm saying? So if you want to know if the program would crash, enter line 3. Let's write something. Let's print students. Student print student 0. Using square brackets. You smoke weed.
Sorry.
And old age. I know. Sorry.
Now fasting, now fasting.
Fast. Oh, true, true, true. They turn eyes. No, no, not you see. If fasting really dey affect you because you just say write print 0. Print student with the index position of 0.
Okay. Okay, sorry.
This fasting strong guy. You sure say you no go break am make you chop small. All right, oh yeah, run, 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 run. Now,
See
can
the
you
same.
see? This will happen
Yes.
now. Yes, exactly. So on a normal system, if you're able to catch this error, it should continue running line 3 if you were able to catch this error. But because we could not catch this error, it did what? It crashed the system. That's why we're having value error here. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, stop sharing so I'll continue.
All right, sir. Mhm.
All right, so let's move on. Let's move on. Let's go forward. So how do re-apps prevent this? Yes, by catching the exception so that we'll be able to do other things. So that's how re-apps prevent this. Now, list trap questions. This is going to be very interesting because it will trap you. I don't know why Mini disconnected, probably our network or he went to do something else. Well, you see, this question is a trap. So read the question scripted and we'll start read the code, I mean, read it and digest the code in your head. If I start asking
Okay.
questions. Read it, read it, read it. Ah, Nini says she can't join the call.
But that should be unacceptable.
Should be network issue. So, unscripted, you've read the question very well, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So one sweet thing with this particular question is, if you remember when I talked about variables and I said variables is a pointer to another data or to an object in memory. Remember when I
Yes.
said something like your numbers, like numbers, if it was a variable, is pointing to you have a number 20. So 20 is a pi object that is already in your cache data in memory. So numbers is pointing to 20 in memory. It's not like numbers is saving 20. It is only pointing. So with that kind of explanation, if you now look at this list now, This is how this Python list works now. This numbers list name is pointing to 1 and 3 in memory. Okay, because this is list of collections, this is list of numbers that you have. So your numbers is pointing to the three of them, right? Now look at these numbers, the index position. You now say number 0 equals to 10. Number 0 equals to 10. Now, one thing you should note, first one is lists. They are what? Mutable. Mutable. Understand what mutability means?
It can be changeable.
Yeah, it can be changed. So that's what mute means. So you can change the value. So if lists are mutable, which means if I get the index position of a list, I can just, instead of doing the dot append stuff, I can just do what? Reassign a value to it. And then what have I done there? I've changed the index
One
position.
to
This one that was pointing from 0 is now what? 10.
10.
Now the question is now saying, did we change lists or copy lists? So what did we do?
We change it
Change it. Why did we change it? Why did you think we changed it and not copied it?
because if you have to call out the actual numbers now, it's going to be in form of 10, 2, and 3. So in this case now, it has changed the initial form which is want to take.
Okay. What I would have said was, since lists are mutable, and mutable means you change stuff, like you can change item value in a list. It's as good as saying we changed the list instead of saying we copied the list. We did not copy it in this case. We just did what? We changed the pointer location of index 0. We're no longer pointing to 1. We're now pointing to what? To 10. Understand? So
Yes.
in our memory, we were previously pointing to 1, but now we're pointing to 10, 2, and 3. So 1 would now have a reference counter of 0, which would be garbage collected from it. So the next question is, can two parts of a system modify same list?
First of this system, you define ah,
Yes. Tricky question, Abi. Your brain don't the
you
your
know,
brain don't the your brain don't the. All right. So let's test something. Share your screen again. You write this code and we'll see it from your own end.
okay.
Right. So let's
Just put
see.
mm,
So write the first list. That's the
okay,
first
that should
list.
be one,
Two,
two,
three.
3.
Yes,
Then I
good.
should just append like that. One.
No, you're not appending. You're not appending. You're not appending.
Like
You're
the
not
number
appending.
in index 0 is equal to 10.
Sharing your screen, right? Let me check. Minnie is saying she
I've,
can join.
I've sent it. Are you seeing my screen?
I'm seeing your screen. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Okay.
Right. So numbers 1, 2, 3. Right. So what you should
Yes, sir.
do b
B.
equals to numbers. Do b equals to numbers.
Okay.
Right. Then come down first. Let's first come down and print numbers. Then print b. Print numbers.
Just print
Print
number and B.
print just print numbers. Mhm. The next line, print b.
Mm.
On it, let's see.
Same thing.
Now, can you see what is happening now? It's the same thing.
Yes.
Remember, your variables name like this numbers and b is always pointing to data in memory. This is another proof again of that concept. So numbers is pointing to 1 2 3, and b is
Mm.
pointing to numbers, which in turn is also pointing to 1
One, two,
2 3.
two, three.
So it means two of these variables have access to the same numbers in memory.
Mm.
So now let's do b. Do before your print line 3,
Yes.
go to line 3.
Yeah.
Line 3, and now do b.
Mm-hmm.
B index 0, the 0 equals
Yes.
to 20. Now before you
It's
run the
run it.
code, before you run the code,
Uh,
what will be the output here?
numbers for numbers to be uh, it should be 1 2 3. Then the B will be 20 22 3.
Me, welcome back. It has finally worked. Don't run it here too.
Yeah.
Nii, are you back? You not cry, Sha.
For numbers it will be 20 2 3 and same thing. 20 2 3.
You're a criminal. So why did you say it will be the same thing? You
Because
thief.
B is assigned it to numbers too.
A criminal, a thief you be. Anyhow, Sha. So look at it now. Your numbers is having 1 2 3, right? And your b
Yes.
is pointing to numbers, which is also pointing to 1 2 3.
One two
Now
three.
when
Yeah.
you change the index position of 20, don't forget you were changing b and
Yeah.
numbers. They are both pointing to
At the
the
same
same
time.
thing. So you are
Yeah.
automatically changing the same data that b is pointing to.
Yeah.
Are changing the same memory location that b is pointing to. So when you run it now, run it now.
Mhm. So same thing.
When you run it now, you can now see both of them have the same
Same
data.
thing.
You see it.
Mm.
So now that point that is saying and two parts of a system modify same list, it is actually what? True.
True.
Yes, it is true. It is yes. So now another question is it dangerous to modify the same data, like two systems modifying the same data? Is it dangerous?
Depend on what is being used for. How I say probably in a real life,
Think
something
deep
in
in
real
this
life
kind
too.
of question. Think deep. Imagine two system or two variable can change your can update your wallet. Think of it in a transaction way. Two requests can change your, not even two requests, two variables now can change your wallet like at the same time. Do you like that kind of situation where the first one added 10,000 naira, then the second one withdrew 200,000 naira?
Yeah. That one has scam and the scam.
On a scam, ba?
Yeah.
You see now. You see, so it is actually dangerous. It is dangerous for such
Now,
thing to.
sorry.
Yeah, we can hear you. Welcome back. So I know you take us back, so we're expecting you to take us back.
Nah, my network was stressing me since I didn't even know I was logged out. So I tried the student dot remove and the saying tuple object as no attributes remove.
Yeah, okay. So where you
Is it
stopped
okay?
was in that. That's the crashing part. So let's go back a little. Let's go back a little. That's this part. Yes, this is the part now. So what happens if you remove an item and it's not inside? Are you connected to your system at the moment?
Yes, yes.
Unscripted, stop sharing your own. Let us share our screen. So we'll see.
No, I'm using my phone on for Discord.
Oh, you are writing it. Okay, 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 okay. I get now. So scripted, share again.
Okay, sir.
And let's go back to your that previous code you wrote. Let's see it again.
Which one? I've already deleted that one. I cleared it. And this
Oh,
one.
you deleted it. All right. Okay, let's leave that one. So we need you now. You listen. The list there was Daniel, Solomon, and David, right? And then we did student dot remove Oswell. Oswell is not in our list, so that alone would crash our program. It will crash the program because God's will is not in the list. Even if you write print, you can write print after that line. Normally, you're expecting that print to like print out something, but it won't print because your program has crashed. Get so you always catch that exception before you get to that part. So that's what you'd always do. You always catch that exception before you get to that part. Understand?
Mm. Yes.
Right. Right. So now to the next one we're doing
Sorry,
before
when
you
you
came
said
in.
crash, like the program won't work again.
That particular program would stop working because you cannot get user data, you cannot delete user data or do anything since one session has affected it. You probably till you
Oh,
restart the server, and if you get to that same error again, it will still crash again. So you need to like catch the exception for that one. You need to catch the exception. So how do you prevent this from happening? Is by catching the exception. To catch it. Now, this is the least trap question that I've used to trap unscripted when you were battling your connection. So now look at this stuff now. This code. This one is saying numbers equals to 1, 2, 3. It is pointing. Numbers is pointing to 1, to 2, and to 3 in your memory. In your computer memory is pointing to 1, to 2, and to 3. Then we now have numbers like 0 equals to 10. So
I can't see you guys
scripted,
stream both unscripted and Solomon.
you sure? You can't see it.
That's the network.
He's saying stream failed to start.
You need to leave and come in again. It happens
Close the
sometimes,
stream.
Jerry. Like you need to, if even if you close the stream and reopen it, it's still going to tell you that same error again. So you can leave the call and come in again. It would work. Hey man,
Okay.
how is it now? You seeing it now? Man, are you seeing our screen?
I'm also battling with it. I think it's
So
network
it's
issue.
still not showing there. Then let me share my screen again. Unscripted, share your screen again too. Let's see. The That's the issue. So I'm sharing my screen again, Emma. Can you see
I'm
it
saying my
now?
own.
I'm seeing unscripted screen now. Eman, can you see my screen?
I can see your own screen too.
I want to try. Yeah, I can see Solomon best screen,
Okay.
but
Me,
on
what
script.
about you? Me, can you see the screen? Because if we, I don't want to come back again to this same
Okay, I'm seeing it.
station. Right. Mini. Right. So let's move on. Let's move on. the recordings will be there for everybody to see. So I don't think we should waste more time with this. Let's move on now. Dictionary. If a user has name, age, and balance, is list good enough unscripted?
If the user have name balance, no, it's not good enough.
Good enough. Why?
Let's assume now in the case of like there are multiple users, so you can't be creating list all to for name, this for this. Let me just assume now probably there are like 5 users
Uh,
for name, for age, and for
okay.
balance. So if for us to create a building for under list for name, we have to like create a list for name separately,
Age
for age separately, for balance
and
separately.
then for
So
balance
if we are to
separately.
if we are to
Cool.
call out the particular user for name, you don't know how which variable is which index number is the age inside. So it's not, you can't call it as once.
All right. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. So makes sense. Hey, you understand that one way. Let's go on. Let's go on. The next one is coming. Dictionary example. So this is an example of dictionary. User name Chisom, age 24, and balance. She's actually poor. So she has 5,000 naira as a balance. The poor person that she is. So how do we assess the balance in this case? How do we assess the balance? If you wanted to assess the balance, I gave example of when the lecturer asked me to go and look for unscripted for dictionary. I think that one should give you like an overview of how we assess balance. How do we assess the balance?
Just calling out the users index number is in balance.
Not using index number in a dictionary. A
Okay,
dictionary is combination of keys and value together. Now, on your code, comment out this line 1 to 6. Comment out line 1 to 6. Comment out line 1 to 6. Ah, copy, highlight everything together and do control slash. Which old
okay.
man be this? Which kind
I don't
one? So if you have 1,000 code, that's how you commenting it one by
Is it forward
control
slash or
and
backward
forward, a bit
slash?
one close to your shift.
Okay. Oh,
Yes.
I'm good. I find the new way.
All right, so now go to line 7.
Mhm.
To line 7. All right. So let's do users. Let's users equals to curly bracket. Enter. Click on enter.
Is-
Now it will look clean this way. So now in your double quote, write name equals to a name and then colon at the front of your no colon not equals to go back the front of yes colon not comma
Sorry.
colon. Last thing I understand. Then you write in quote again. You write Chisom there, or you write unscripted. Write unscripted since you can write mini just to compensate her with a network. You know
And
how to spell
I,
unscripted again.
is that I don't know.
Then write comma.
Inside the
So
that
comma is
same this thing.
separating.
Okay.
Yes, we're still inside of it. Just put comma there. Then no comma. Then enter. Go back.
I should I
Go
should
back.
enter this
Clean it
SQL
ahead.
back
No
on.
comma. Write your comma. Write your. No, calm down. Let's calm down. Yeah, calm down.
Okay.
Space first. Clean this one. Now go to the front and put your comma. So what that comma
Yeah.
is doing is it is telling the interpreter. Yes, front of it.
like this.
Yes, comma.
Okay. Comma.
Enter.
I should enter.
Enter is starting a new line. We want to start a new line. Click on enter
Okay.
to start a new
Yeah.
line.
I click on it.
Then you do age now. Do the same thing for age. Age, yes. I write 100.
Is it necessary for us to like input?
Next line.
Huh?
Quote. No, no, no. This is an integer value. This is an
That's
integer
okay.
value. So it should be outside of a quote. It should not be in a quote. When you put a quote, you are saying that is a string. So this is not a string.
Yeah. Yes.
There.
Yes, sir.
Put your comma.
Okay.
Oh, my network is seems my network is even the one causing this
You can hear.
because I'm not seeing anything now. All right, so balance.
Balance.
Put balance.
How much? 5K. I can't hear you, sir. I can't
Hear me
hear
now.
you. Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, so I
Hello.
want to see why the users is flagging you. Yeah, can you hear me? Put your cursor on the users. It's flagging red. So I want
Okay.
to see what it's saying. Types of users is
Yes.
partially unknown. Types of users is dict string unknown. Dict string unknown. Okay. Dict string unknown. Huh. So what is it trying to say now that you should? You know what you do? Come on,
Yeah.
print users for me. Print users for me. I want to see what it would tell you here.
Okay.
It's looking more like your own print users. Yes. Yeah, run it. I want to see what it would say.
It's
It's
same thing
printing
as
it normal. So this is from your own VS Code stuff that is telling you crazy stuff. Oh. Wow. This is what did you your extension? What extension did you download? Click on your extension
uh
package. Let me see.
mm,
Your
is it
extension. Like
is
no no
it
no no. That's at the side. The fifth sixth icon. Sixth icon. Yes,
maybe
extension.
Python
So
environment?
I this thing you did. You are using you are learning Rust. Ni?
No, I'm
Kill
not learning
yourself.
Rust too. Make alone.
Make you know the download. Yes.
I'm not learning Rust too.
Okay. Write Python on on that place. Write Python.
Network.
Good to learn Rust. If you learn Rust, you'll be able to understand more of memory management too. So
Let me go. When
you
you
have
did
you have all of
data
them.
science.
It does not mean you have all of them installed. Just focus on your data science with Python, sure. So that one is there. You have them installed. So I'm wondering why. Anyhow, we'll do that one later. Let's not waste our time on
Okay.
something since we logically know that this thing is actually supposed to work normal. Just
Okay.
between interpreter and God. So
Okay.
now the question was, if we want to print balance, how do we print balance? That was the question that made us write all this long thing. So how do we access balance? Now, how did we access unscripted when we asked Mini to go and call unscripted in the class?
You look for scripted and the seat number.
What was the what did we emphasize on there?
Like the
Let's
seat
not
number. Yes, the seat number.
we're talking about the key. The key was the seat number, which was 9,000. So now the key to get balance is what?
5,000.
Key to get balance is balance. Look at it.
Okay. Yeah, balance.
Dictionary is a
Yeah,
combination of
yeah.
key value pair, key value pair, key value pair. So if you if you write name in square brackets, you'll be able to access name. Write balance in square brackets. Now front of users,
Yes.
square brackets there, square brackets in front of users.
Yeah, she just
See it
balance.
now,
Okay.
it's giving you
Yeah,
options.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So you just click on balance and then run your code.
5,000.
Nice.
So
So that's that
I
one.
want to ask, a question now.
Yeah.
But let's assume now we have like a users of like 5,000. Oh, I want to access this. The user. Let me listen. I want to access unscripted and balance.
Mm.
Are we still going to use the same method?
Yes, now try it yourself now. You have balance now. How will you access unscripted?
Name.
Exactly. So print it out with name too now.
Okay. I'll just balance like I'm coming.
You put comma at the front after you
Yes.
finish the balance. No, not there, not there, not there, not there.
That's
Wait, try
something
it.
like
Let me see. It seems, try it. I want to see something that this thing is looking weird because I want is even giving you option like this. This is
omo.
actually easy exactly because it should not even work for this one. So what you should do, what you
Yes.
should do, eh,
I should
now go to
my
the back of users. Yes, you get there, command there and write your users and then balance. Users, normal stuff.
okay. Same thing
So
again.
not
I'll
there,
see
not there. You
again.
write yes, you repeat it again because you're accessing
Okay. Both of
dictionary.
them.
Users
Then
square brackets and name. Now run it.
okay. Okay.
So you can see it now. Right. So let's go forward. Let's move forward. What happens if the key does not exist?
That's errors now. Error. Dictionary.
Yes,
Input
key error.
error.
It is key error for that one.
Okay.
Remember when we did not have the index, it gave us index error.
Yeah.
When you don't have the key there to give you key error. Right. So should the back end system trust the keys?
Yes.
Yes. I like that. Yes. Your, your mouth.
The back end trust the
Tell me why
key
you said tell me why you said yes.
because if the key is like if the key exists inside the dictionary, so the user can the backend this programmer can call it out. But if it is not there, so
You can never trust incoming keys. That's actually the truth. You can
eh,
never trust incoming keys. Yes. Because think of it this way. Client can send anything. If you're working with API for web now, trying to communicate with the backend system, the front end would send the request and the payload. The payload they are sending from the front end is actually a dictionary. They call it JSON, but it has the same format of key
okay,
value pairs, like it's object.
okay.
So
So sorry
if
to
you are
cut you off.
sending in the wrong, yes,
Okay, let's assume now, like the for the front end user now, like for the front end, so there is like a login page whereby the user input name,
Uh,
password, email.
yes,
So it's
the
going to
pass
like
name and password
take
and
it to
email.
backend as a JSON file
Yes, then it will come
in terms of
into Python as dictionary. You convert it from JSON to dictionary, and then you now do
okay.
your comparison. Then you now check. So now you were saying the key was safe. So now imagine the client sends anything. So if I send in any anonymous name, you just tell me that you trust my key and you give me access to database. Like who does that? Imagine you just trust me and you give me access to database and do
Let me just use
anything.
this logic now. Let
uh,
me just use the logic now. If the user input is correct with the front end and the front end
mhm,
transfer it as a JSON file to the back end as dictionary. So if it is like corresponding with the
yeah.
dictionary, it's going to like give access to the user. But if it's not corresponding, it's not going to give access to the user. Right?
This once the user sends, let's say in your database now, you've
Yes, sir.
saved the name as unscripted, you've saved the password as unscripted 111, right? So that's
Yes,
the
sir.
two stuff there. Then you now send the payload that is a JSON file that is coming with name unscripted and then the same password
Password
unscripted 111. When it comes now, it will check, it will first go and search, it will check
for it.
if this name is the same name in our dictionary. Like we are looking up for that key, does it exist? If it exists as it
The
is, then we'll
password.
do what? We'll give them access. Yes, if it does not exist, we
Okay.
don't give them the password. So that's just basically it. I'm not talking about password encryption or decryption now. We're just talking about plain logic. Yeah.
Okay.
It.
Okay. Okay.
So that's
Yes.
how that one works. That one.
Yes.
So
Yes.
backend system should never trust the keys because you can write a key that does not exist, which is actually going to be key error. So you don't want such stuff. The types can be wrong too. You don't want that kind of stuff. So always make sure, check if that key is in, see, is in, because you can do it now. Let's try something. Let's quickly try something. I think that will be able to help us move fast. Now in your code, these users now
Yes, sir.
want to do dictionary of dictionary. Let's try it now. So dictionary of dictionary or list of dictionary, rather list of dictionary. So we'll wrap it inside of a list. Your users, you do users lists
Yes. I just put a square bracket there. Like
or okay. Let me show you which one is going to be better. Let's do straightforward stuff. Let's do straightforward stuff. So inside of this place now, check for if statement. Check for if
inside
statement.
inside the printer. Abi?
So before the print, if I clean the
So,
print, clean the print.
okay. Then write if
Now
statement.
do
Is it inside
if
dictionary?
if
Mm,
in quote write
okay.
mini or write balances, don't write mini, write balances in
Mm,
users, yeah, colon, enter, right,
I should, yeah.
print balance is available, balance key exists, print balance key exists. Okay, now tell me what will be the output of this code.
Key not exist. The like key input is not inside it because you use it as balance, not balances.
You are correct logically, but you're not reading the code. Look at your code. What will be the output?
It
That's the question. I
balances.
said, what will
Okay.
be the
No, no, no.
output?
There's not going to be the output now because you didn't put S listing. So it's not true.
That's it. So no output. That's what we are expecting. But let's see. Yeah, run it. Let's Python shock us. We have another reason why it is actually going to run.
Ah, there's
So
no output though.
you can see no output. Yeah. Because balances is obviously not in users. Users contains name, age, and balance. So now put balance there. Remove this S and leave the rest. Remove the S.
Um, your screen is still trying to load. Okay, I see it now.
Remove the S.
Sir? I should move the S. Okay.
Remove the S.
Alright. Okay. Balance key exists.
All right. So you can see the difference between them now, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So real banking example. Bank user record, name, account number, balance, status. Of course, you would always see things like this. So what structure fits best, list or dictionary, and why?
Dictionary.
Why?
Because we can call for each user to determine their age, bank status, account balance, name, and their amount. Also balance.
Okay. Because dictionary you can encapsulate them. Yeah, mini it is recording. So it's recording mini. Right. So the next one, next one, dictionary loop. We would actually do this one in details on Saturday. So let's not waste our time here. And okay, now tricky dictionary questions. What happens if balance does not exist? What
What
happens
happened
if
if
balance does not exist?
in this case now? This one is not. This one is like this input now is like a list. List now is like a list, and inside
This
the
is not
list,
a
like
list. I'm still communicating with the dictionary. Look at the key there now.
okay, is a balance. Okay, balance is equal to minus.
This one is
It
not even
should
talking
be.
about the code. It's talking about the key. Now you say what happens if balance does not exist?
But you said this thing now is minus is equal to 1,000.
Unscripted.
Huh?
Ignore the logic that is happening in the code. Read the
Okay.
question. The question is asking you a simple question. What happens if balance does not exist?
No key then no key.
Hey, key error. Simple question. Oh. It's you that is thinking you need to read the code and tag the code or you type the code to the question. Those things are actually saying different things if you look at them now. The user balance is only just incrementing is decrementing the user's balance by 1000. So if you have 5000 and the example code is showing you user balance minus equals to 1000, which means 5000 minus 1000 is going to be what? 4000. So now your question is not even talking about the example code, it's talking about the question itself. It says what happens if balance does not exist. So if balance does not exist, that's key error because at least a balance should be zero. Worst case scenario, a balance should be zero. You should always have zero your balance stuff. So can this crash a system? Can this crash a system?
No, it
Of
cannot crash a
course,
system.
yes, if the key error. No,
Huh?
why?
Okay, yes, if you care.
This guy. Alright. What should the backend do instead?
Okay.
What should the backend do instead?
So input the key there. So input the key.
You're an old man. Backend should catch, should in case the key does not exist. So we'll talk about the get method. We'll talk about the get method in our exercise once we start doing exercise, because I think we're building a contact manager and then a to-do list for those two for the demo class. So we'll understand that one better. Let's move on. List of dictionaries. Now this is how data are presented to you, especially when you want to get list of those user data. Like you want to get the numbers of users, then you do your normal pagination. Pagination is just so you don't return 10,000 users at once in a list. Nobody wants to, we don't want that kind of request. Will take time to populate 10,000 users to a list and send to the front end, for the front end to display numbers of users. That will take a lot of time. So we always want to, depending on how you want to do your own architecture, but pagination is actually like very interesting. You use it page by page. So for the first page, I only want to see 10 users. So when I click on the next button, I would see the other next 10 users you get. So it's always easy that way. And then if you see the first 10 users, you catch that one. So once you go back to page one, which is the first page, you don't need to hit back to the database or your server. So that one would get all those ones once we start doing those things. But you need to understand this foundation that we are doing now, where all those exercises I've been giving you guys from the variables, I've not seen anything. And I asked you guys to come for Saturday. One said he's eating, the other one said he's fasting. Governor.
Lito is here.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Is there with me?
governor, no
But
governor. I
I've
saw
not been able to
I,
put
s-
it
I
to
saw
TikTok.
I
That's why.
saw mistakes. I saw mistakes from even what's his name? From Eman's code. That's why I came on Saturday and asked you guys, what are you guys doing now? So we would enter the open lab and we would make corrections on the codes and you understand it better. And another thing is, if you guys are depending on AI, good luck to you. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas. I wish you good luck in advance because, bro, you think it is interesting till you don't even have any design sense at all. You don't even know why the thing is working or why it is not working. So how do we get Tunde's balance? In this case, this is two cents. This is list and dictionary. You can see it, list of dictionaries. So now we have Tunde as a name. How do we print out Tunde? How do we print out Tunde? How do we print out Tunde? Unscripted.
I want to ask question now. In this case now, whereby we have two users now, with the
Yes.
first user represents index 0 and the second represents index 1, or is not
Nice.
included.
That's
That
it. Like you are reading the code like a programmer now. Let me put it that way because you know that a list is, you can always access a list through the index position, right? So that's why you
yes,
said first user is going to be index 0, second user is going to be index 1. Beautiful, like very, very nice. That's the sense there. So now you know you do users index 1 because Tunde is second user, right?
yes, sir.
And how do you now complete it? Complete it for me. Let me see. Understand it better.
User index 0, then in
You
brackets
I
you
said
put.
this fasting, they choke you for
Oh,
head. Say
sorry, index
index,
user index 1. Index
okay,
1,
user index one. Uh-huh.
they will put in quotes name, the comma in quote to balance. So you're going to bring out today and balance.
Wait, this is logically incorrect. You were right till you said comma in quote balance. Write this thing you said, yeah. Like think of it now.
Sir?
Need users
Oh,
index position one, which is talking to the second user
yeah.
there, right? And you
Yes,
now
sir.
say that gets the key. The key is what? Name. That's
Name.
it. That's how you print Tunde. That's the question I was asking you. That's it.
Okay. I thought all
And
of
if you
them.
want to add balance, then you put comma and do the same thing, users index one,
And then
and the key, which is balance. So it's not how you said it and say users index one, the key name, then you do comma, the key balance. No, you tried it already and you saw that it did not work.
yeah.
So, hmm. All
But
right.
shouldn't
So
that
the
say be like
next,
you should like instead of it using the input the user again, I can't just bring everything out straight. Bro,
if you
person
reach
creating
your
like no
time,
no no
build
think
build
am.
your own programming language. You think it is how you are thinking of it. That's why I say go and learn memory management and other things, other low level concepts. You understand what you are saying. So another one again. The question: how many loops are needed? How many loops?
For this
Mini. How many loops? How many loops? Mini.
Two.
What do you say?
I mean, two loops.
Two loops. Nice, nice. Two loops. All right. So the third question: where is it used in real system? Where is it used in real system? Think of it now. Since I've been explaining front end and back end request response relationship, so where is it used?
back end.
Mm.
This back end we have been doing now. This guy, like guy, now back
Okay.
end we did
I,
do now.
I was talking about like in a real world scenario.
Yeah,
Okay,
fantasy
probably
word.
let me just sir.
Answer me, this man.
Let us
Okay, let me just say now if you want to like get for
let's just say,
students number
Me, what
students
are you
report
saying?
now. Okay.
oh, I wanted him to finish what he was explaining before I say mine.
All
Oh,
right.
okay.
Oh
I said
yeah,
if, probably now
continue.
if you want to like get for students details, you can just input uh, student school ID there. So it's going to bring out the details of everything. I don't know if I'm correct.
Mm. All right, me, say your own.
Um, what's it called student in details or bank infos.
Student
I was thinking
details
about
or
it.
bank infos. Okay. All right. Okay. So where is it used? You guys have said exactly where it is used. That's where it is used. So you can use it in your banking app. Like you want to get the entire transaction history as an admin of all your users. So you just get all users in, like who, for example, wants to get all users. They use cases like this. And I just explained the pagination part. Page it, which means the data that is returning is always coming in batch, like in batch of 10 or in batch of 20. Because if you return it in batch of, I will assume could already have 5 million plus users. You get. So imagine you are trying to get all the users and then you are returning it at once, 5 million users as a single request. I'm very sure admin people will stay there like for a day for it to load. They get the entire users from the database. So depending on their infrastructure too. So I can't even say. But that's how you think of it. Let's move on. Moving forward. Back end taking patterns, collections everywhere. See, users, transactions, orders. If you're building an e-commerce website, to get the list of orders, you get the order ID, the location, the address, which user made the order, maybe in track ID too, depending. Get. So list other things, other attributes. What are the attributes an order can have?
Have the product ID, customer
Product
location,
ID, nice.
customer
Customer
location,
location.
the seller's
Me,
location,
you give us two, give us two, give us two.
Um, the okay, already said location. Customers info, name and personal information, maybe phone number or something.
Yeah, I think that one will come from the users, which the user that is sending, that is making the order. One is going to come
Yes.
like a foreign key attached to this order. Okay, that one aside. So in the order, time, time is important. What time did they make that order? What time was the order created? What time did the order, status of the order? Is it pending? Is it what is the other one they even call it? Is it a failed is it a failed order based on transaction, sha? Is it incoming? Is it delivered? In the type of order, are you receiving it? Like you can have a digital product that is not physical, yeah, that is virtual. That one too. So there are a lot of things that would come as an attribute under this order. Even your transaction you make, if you pay money from OP or any other one, you can see the attributes that is there, the reference number, the receiver, the receipt ID, like so many things there. You understand?
Yes.
Right. So let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. So what happens if a system cannot store collection? This is just normal thinking question. What happens if a system cannot store collection? What happens if a system cannot store collection? Nee,
It doesn't have a backend.
she doesn't have a backend. Hey, let's go. Let's move on. So file concepts. When program stops, remember variable disappears. We talked about this. So how do apps remember data tomorrow? So today you are building a let's say building a ledger system. Let me put it a ledger system or like a record system for a supermarket record system. I'm thinking of their name they use, like the name they give them in particular, but it's the record keeping engine actually. So you are building that kind of stuff. And today you made sales, you wrote all the orders, all the stuff you guys sold, you did all your calculations, good. The program, you close the program because you've closed that day. And the next day you come in and you run the program, but you can't see the data for yesterday. What would happen? What will you do?
Um, that means there's no database.
There's no database. That's how you run straight and say database. Now, database is actually, let's say database is, yes, it's not, will I say database is a file, is a file recorder, is a recording file, or any English you guys want to use that makes it make sense in your head. So when a program stops, remember everything we've been saving, the one we added to dictionary, the one we added to list, everything is working in your RAM. Like the moment you run a program like this Discord that we are currently on, the moment we run the Discord app, everything would move from your, if you're using a phone, I would say from your room, to move from there down to your RAM. So your RAM is the one communicating, that is getting those data instantly, and then the CPU is doing whatever it's doing, like based on the request and response and everything that is happening. Like based on your program's logic, the CPU is the one who is going to do all those things there. So now it is in your RAM. Everybody knows that your RAM is a volatile memory. Like the moment your system goes off or your phone goes off, what happens? You've lost those data.
Everything will go.
Yes, that's why most systems always have autosave by default to keep the state. So you remember the state in. That save is not saving to your RAM, it is saving to your SSD or your ROM in your phone. Here you get. So that thing is saving because those ones are what, non-volatile. You can always get them next year, next 2 years, next 3 years. Like they will always remain there. Understand? So now your variable too is directly saving those data in RAM. Everything that is happening in your variable, once you save data to a variable, is in RAM. Understand? So the moment the program stops working, you've lost those data. Like you've lost those data. That's why how do apps remember data tomorrow? You remember them through file. Our database is a file. You remember them through file. Now, file is a simple storage, the file idea. Example of a file, we have TST. You guys listed a lot of files then. So you have TST as a file. Then you now have this example code. This one is pointing to this function that would open this data.txt from your non-volatile memory. And what mode is it opening it as? It is W. W means write mode. It means write mode. It means we want to write into this file. We want to write into this data.txt. And what are we writing there? We are writing what? Hello. After we've written inside the file, we need to close it so we don't have, let's say, race condition. You don't have multiple types of requests touching that same file again. So once that one thread has deal with that file, you close it and that's it. Now, quick question: what does W mean?
Right.
Right, right, cool. Yes. And the other one is what happens if a file exists? You won't understand this one better. So let me explain this one. What happens if a file exists? Now, this write mode, you see, is what they call append to this. It is a mode, which is the append mode. Append, if you remember what the list does, it is adding on top of already existing data, right? So if you have Solomon, Mini, and unscripted, and then we append Daniel, Daniel is going to be added to the three of us, which is making it four data, right? That's for the append. But you see this guy that they are calling write. This guy does not append anything. This guy overwrites. It will clean whatever is inside of that file and rewrite the new data inside of it. So if previously in your data.txt you had Solomon inside of it, and then you now do file.write hello, Solomon is going to be cleared out of it, and it will only be what hello that is going to be inside of it. So that's the overwriting this guy does. And if this data.txt does not exist, it would create a new file. Yeah, to create a new file and write into it. That's another one there. Do we understand
Yes,
so
sir.
far? Me,
Yes, I do.
right? We're making progress. So read file. As we've written, we can also read from the file. And how do you read from the file? With the mode again. Now we're not using the W, which is the write. We're using what? R, which is the what? Read. This is the read mode. We want to open and read from it. We're not writing into it. So you always either you write or you read. Don't go and do the two at the same time. Don't scatter our head. So just do one of the two. You either write into it or you're reading from it. You understand? So you can see print.read will read whatever is inside. Remember we wrote hello. So we should be able to read hello once we do print.file.read. Print file.read, I mean. So now the question, what happens if file is not found?
I mean, it doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist. Cool. So will the system crash?
No.
Why?
Because it wasn't saved.
It wasn't saved. I like how you guys are thinking of it. Now, unscripted, share your screen.
Come in. Yeah, I've shared it.
Nee, tell me if you can see his screen too.
Hello. Okay, I can see it now.
Comment out from comment out
Okay.
from 8 to 14. Comment it out. Remember, highlight and control forward
Mm.
slash. Jesus, you go delete. Now enter new line. Nice. So now do file file equals to open as a function. So you want to open the file. And this function is taking two arguments. Remember what arguments are in functions. So it's taking two arguments. One is the file name, the other one is the file mode. So file name is going to be in quotes. Write your brackets now. In quotes. We'll do data.txt. .txt. then comma, because we're having two arguments, remember. So the second argument is the mode. The mode we are doing is what? Read mode. That's R. Then quote R,
Is it capital or small?
small letter R. Then next line, print file dot read dot read. Close it because we're calling it. We're calling it a function. We're calling, so you need to your bracket. Remember, don't forget your bracket. That's you calling the function. If you don't put your bracket, your parenthesis, not there now. Front
Eh?
of your read. That's
Okay.
it now. Eh? Front of your read. Front of your read. Front of
I
your
have,
read. You are calling the
I've,
function. Just like when you did print and you put file dot read inside of it. You call a function by doing read bracket.
okay, yeah. I've done it now. Close the print now.
Jesus, you are doing file dot read. Oh yeah, run it and see what
Yes.
I'm saying first. Run it and see what I'm saying. Can you
Okay.
see it?
Yes,
The
yes.
first error is telling you no file. That one is the first one that we said whether it will not crash or it will crash. But now you did
Yes.
not call your file dot read. You did not call file dot read. When you call file
Is it?
dot read, at the front of read, you put your bracket. If you're calling a function, you always put
Yes.
bracket in front of it. You forgotten.
Is it?
How do you call it? Jesus, how do you call a function?
I'll
At the back.
very early as I want to call this now. There will be a bracket in
Wow.
front of it now.
So it means we've been wasting our time all these weeks now. If you don't even know how
No,
to call a
now.
function.
No,
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
call a
know. I
function
trying to.
now.
Like the bracket
Okay,
should
oh yeah,
not be at the back of D. After D, then you put the bracket there.
that's
I
it
don't get
now.
to.
That's how to call a function.
READ first. Write the read first. And then a bracket. Open and close bracket. And then after that bracket, then you open another bracket behind it. Yes. The first bracket was to call a function. And then the
I
second
know.
one
No, no,
is
no, no.
oh,
Confused. That was why.
Now first thing they do you now. So now, so can you see it now? You see the error is file not
no,
found error. So you see it
no
does
such
not
file or directory
know
that
where.
yes.
Yes, we don't know where data.txt is because there's no such data.txt file. Do you see that it crashed the system? Yes, it did. Do we understand that part? Mini unscripted.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Now the append mode, I've explained it already. I told you if you put A, the append will do what? It will add to the already existing data. So the question is, what's the difference between write and append?
write overwrite, append adds.
Mm-hmm. So which? Oh, you've said the difference. Senior woman. Well done. Right. Which is safer for logs?
Add. Logs like login.
A log, like when you log, like log is when you something happens in your server, you want to log an error or you want to log a state, you just want to log something, you want to print out something. So which one is safer that would keep track of everything that's happened? For example, now I'm sure there are times you'd hear um Facebook is down or Twitter is down and all those things. So the Twitter backend engineer, they would always have a logger that would log those scenarios to tell them which endpoint actually went off from where, what time was the server, or did the server go down. So that's what that log does. And they always have like a file that they can always read through the log. So which one is better? Is it the append or the write? Which one is better for logging?
Append.
That should be their thing because they are trying to like add something to it.
All right, good, makes sense because the append would always have data from previous logs too. You understand? So you don't want when one issue happens, it overwrites the old one, then it's the new one that is there. Nobody wants that scenario. Nobody wants that. So read back story thinking. Do read apps store data in TST files?
I guess it
Hmm.
should be Jason file.
Question is, do re-apps store data in TST file? That's the question. Una go does a fail question anyhow.
Yeah, yeah, no, no, no.
Ini, what about you?
I feel it depends on the information they want to store.
Okay, okay. Somebody is thinking like an engineer, yeah. Nice, nice. Now why you go to study cybersecurity, Abi? You criminals. So do re-app store data in TST files? Yeah, depending on the situation, as Mini has said. But if you want to store, I mean, users' data, critical data, just keep it in your database. Oh, get. But if you are playing around and you don't really care about your user and their data and whatever, you can always do that. But then, even if you're going to use TST file, it's actually stressful storing data in TST file. It's stressful because when you're storing data, you're storing them in rows and columns. You get like you're storing them
Mhm.
attached to keys, or in your TSC file, it's just like you are writing a story. So it's not going to make sense. Just imagine there's a book,
Oh,
you write name, Miniyi, you now write age, the age, you now put status, currently active, you put
ah,
the date stamp that's always telling you what time that she logged in. Bro, you cannot do those things in TSC file. It's actually it's stupid actually. So there are things you can save in TSC file. Yeah, things you can save, but not in the sense of what we are thinking of right now. What we are thinking of right now is real user data, transactions, orders. You get those kind of data. Don't try it. Like don't dream it. Store them in TST file. Pity you. So
Right.
okay. How do we store structured data? Now, JSON. What is JSON? What is JSON?
Johnson. I don't know.
You know,
Johnson.
Java structured open something like that.
Ah,
Open who? You and who? You and who open? What did you
So,
open?
I don't-
So JV, I said JV. JSON is JavaScript object notation. So JavaScript JS. O is the
okay.
object. Object is the same as dictionary. So anytime you hear object, just think of what? Dictionary. What is
Mm,
Dictionary.
dictionary? Key value pairs. Key value pairs. When you have a key and then you have a value. Remember the example I gave to you, Mini, when I said you should go and look for unscripted in the class. Then you
Yes.
got to him straight up with the key. So that's the key value pair. That's a dictionary. That's an object. You understand?
Yes.
So object is
Yes.
what? Key value pair. So notation is just like give me the English, your English understanding of the word notation. Should I say a format? I'll call it a format. Notation is like a format. You understand?
Mhm.
So this is
Yeah.
JavaScript object format. And let's put, so how do we store structured data? Now, since it's dictionary, we already know what dictionary is doing, and we know dictionary is helping us structure data, encapsulate them together as one single entity. So instead of having multiple data spreading around, you just have them one. You have user one, and user one has age, name, height, width, and all those things. So it's easy to access user one through that dictionary. That's the reason why we are using JSON. So let's move on. This is an example of JSON. You see, it's similar to what? Similar to what?
dictionary.
If you Yes. So if you want to get this stuff unscripted, write it for us
Yes,
on your own side. So we'll import, comment out this one, comment it out. You know you can start copying from the bottom too. Because this one you are putting your mouse
yeah.
first at. Yeah, enter, enter. Import JSON. JSON is built into Python. Like Python has it built in. So import JSON. You can see it there, is there. Then you now do what? Create your
Column.
dictionary.
That column. No column.
So if you imported it, just go to the next line.
Okay. There's actually
To
what
the next line. All
user.
right. Yes, user. And just add only one user for now because that's what we want to practice with. Have you done it?
I'm on it.
Okay. Age, put 200. Now vampire she be.
Sharp, sharp. I should put. Is that okay?
Yeah,
Or I
the
should.
vampire guys will not be here with me.
What will you do? You're a vampire, not Melin, so there's nothing you can actually
No be
do.
really.
I'll be tracking
So the
now.
20,
Come and suck your blood.
well done, James Bond. So the 23rd line, click on
Yes, sir.
enter. Click on enter. Yeah, yes. So now we're going to do casing dot dump. Casing dot dump. So you see there are two functions here. These dumps, you will not use it in this. You dumps is different. Is when you are making like a request, a network request. So that's where you use dumps. But for dump, now, Jesus.
Sorry.
Let's say now you be last born. You know they throw blow give your siblings. You go not give them upper. So put your cursor on the dump.
I should put.
Put your cursor on the dump. I want you to it will show you a definition so you see what and what is
Okay.
expected. So look at what and what is saying here. Object. Object, remember, is a dictionary that we're expecting, which is what users there. And then the other one is what is the name? File FP. File what? I don't know what the P is, but I know it's for file. So support write. That is where we want to write into. So put now open your bracket. Open your bracket and put users. Then comma. Then put in quotes. Double quotes, any quotes. Now let's put data.json.
Beside this thing again.
Inside now write data.json. What do you put there before?
You said I should put n.
I not say you put n. Oh. You don't hear things now. Put
I should put.
data.json. Write data.json. Thank you. Yeah. On this
I should
thing,
run
let's
it.
see. Let's run it and see if our luck will shine. So should objects
Object
object
new
has no
attributes.
attribute,
Right.
right? Dot right has no attribute, right? Okay. Okay, wait first. Remove this stuff. Remove this thing there.
This in
Let's
Abi.
see. Mm-hmm. Remove it there. And put right. I think right should write into it.
I should encode it Abi.
Yeah.
Then right. Or
Yeah, right,
W can
right
open.
into the bit. What do you say?
I said W cannot work there.
Oh, thinking of it, Sef, you know our problem now. Our problem is we needed that right stuff. So for my code example, if you follow my code example like how it is in my example code, I'm very sure you spend 20 years there before you go and figure out what is happening. So what is going to happen now is we're going to use that same open stuff, that right stuff that we did. So after the users, before your JSON.dump, in your line 23, write enter.
Yes.
Yes, enter. And now do file equals to open. You need to open the file that we want to dump our JSON into. So the file name is going to be data.json. Remember your open and put your bracket data.json in quote, double quote, data.json. Then what mode are we opening it as? Is a write mode because we are writing into it. So it's going to be what? Write mode is what? W. Cool.
W.
Nice. So yes. Now what you're going to do is write that right. Remove the
Yeah.
right. Clean the right, and put the file inside of it. Write those file. Right? No, now write file. That is a variable. We're writing file, not
Oh,
code. That is a string file. This guy,
sorry,
calm
sorry, sorry.
down. You too use your own head and think. You get no the word for word. Which I say you will waste time there. Now close the file. We need to close once we've dumped it. We need to close file. So you do file dot close. Next line. Click enter. Next line. File dot close. I don't want to show you put the context manager part of things now. But let's just use this one. File dot close. Oh yeah. Call your function now. You not call function, Baba.
User Abi.
Always call your function. Yes, now call the function. Always call the function. Once you put that, that's it.
I
Oh, you
should.
don't need to do anything again.
Okay.
Once you put your bracket front of it, you've called the function. Don't
Okay.
forget this thing again. Oh, yeah, run it. Now check data.json. You see it has created the data.json file. Are you seeing it in your files? Look at it now at your left
Yeah,
hand
yeah, yeah.
side. Are you not
I've
seeing
seen it.
it?
I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it.
So you don't even notice it. My God. Click enter. Enter inside it. Let's see the file. Now can you
I've
see
seen that.
it? This is a
Yes, yes,
JSON file. In here, are you seeing it? So this is a JSON file. Understand?
yes.
Nii, are you with us? Or your network has done the normal network thing?
I'm with you guys.
Right. So why is it better than plain text?
I can't hear you
Wait,
again.
wait to be
Solomon.
accessible.
Why is it better than plain text?
For it to be
Why
accessible.
is it
Why
better
is
than
it
plain
better than
text?
plain text?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay. Uh, because it's kind of differentiating using the colors. I mean, it's not plain.
Back, I'm next. So, eh,
How about you unscripted?
yes, I'm next.
For it to be like accessible.
Okay, so let's look at this stuff now. So why is it in plain text straightforward? Because you can see the structure of it there. It is structured. You know your name is attached to Ada and the age is attached to 20. That's straightforward. If it was plain text, you will not see it as structured as it is here. You won't see the encapsulation. That is this coily braces you are seeing that is wrapping this one to tell you that this is what one user data. You understand?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So where is it used? It's used in API and every other request response. Your REST API uses this type. You always use JSON to receive data from the front end and also send data to the front end. So it enables intercommunication between apps. As well, when you hear API, it's just JSON you are sending and receiving. Just that's basically how it is. So JSON load. How what does it do? JSON dump is sending in data. JSON load is getting data from the file. It's like your read when you are reading from a file. So JSON load will do what gets from the file. So that's that one. Then if a program saves data wrong, who suffers? Is it the user, the bank, the company? Who suffers? Who is suffering?
The user, the bank, the company.
Everybody go
What do you
collect.
say?
Everybody go
One
collect.
Everybody.
of them.
I like that one, Daniel. Everybody is collecting in this case. And the person that will suffer the most actually is going to be the user. Just imagine me have 20 million naira in Kuda. I wake up one day and Kuda is telling me when I did the deposit, something happened. There was a glitch. did not save in their database. You and who did not save in database? Okay, okay, find my money and go.
What if it's
Because
the
na me
other
go
way around?
suffer. Hey, the other way around, that will not concern me actually. So other way around, I'm keeping their money for them. I'll tell them I'm saving it for them. Solomon savings. Yeah, nah. So why must a storage be safe? It must be safe because of just like in cybersecurity, they have this stuff they call CIA. And then in database transaction, if I remember this stuff where God, I'm trying to remember that they call it at is it atomic? They call it what's the name of that stuff again? Atomicity, durability. So I'm trying to remember the full abbreviation of it. Sha. Forgotten the name actually. If I remember it,
Which
probably the
is
next class we'll talk more about. What do you say?
CIA. Acid.
Acid. Yes, they call it acid. So atomicity. The C
Which one
is
is acid?
confusing me with the
The one I know is
So
CIA.
that's CIA,
Confidentiality
confidentiality, integrity, and yeah, and that
and
one is different.
availability.
It's acid in programming. Let me see the full meaning. Let me check for the full meaning myself. Acid in database. Acid database. I'm trying to. I usually mix the two of them. So atomicity, consistency, isolation, and durability. Yes. So that's one stuff they use very well in database because of those four things. Atomicity basically means if you make a transaction and it fails, let's say a part of it, you are trying to save a user's new deposit for money, then maybe there's a network issues and the network issue makes the connection to the database probably a request timed out kind of thing. All that particular transaction, it would it would be reversed. Let me put it that way. It will be reversed, so it will not go through, which means you're not saving to database, and you also receive the notification your end that transaction did not succeed. Here you get now. So that's one of those things. Durability is just it must continue to go on and on and on and on and on like that. So that's how that one works. Let's move on. So what happens? You guys will check that one yourself. This ones we are actually done with everything. So this is the end of our class. Quick fire questions. The difference between lists and dicts. We already know that one. Why use loop with lists? We already know that one. Why do we store data in file? We already know that one. What disappears when the program stops? We know that it's data that disappears once the program stops. So we need our file storage like the JSON, your database for what persistent data storage. So when you hear the word persistent, it means the data must continue to be alive on your system, even when your RAM or your system goes off, whatever. So that is it for our sweet class. Other material learning, go to online courses, you go to the documentation. Which one is playing on Xbox again? Is this Adele guy? Now only you know what you they do. So check YouTube tutorials. This stuff is going to be sent to our YouTube channel and we'll see it there. And always read blogs and articles for everything. Any questions so far? By God's grace, no question. Scripted, any questions
No
so far?
question for now.
All right. Mini, what about you?
I don't have any question
All right.
for
So
now.
our Saturday stuff, you guys should not miss it. That's where we'll do all these things we've said, we'll do them in practice, in depth. Remember the contacts
What time is that?
app. We should start
Okay.
one. Yes, we should
Alright.
start one. So we'll do the contact manager app, the to do app, and then you guys do your exercise. So before then, please unscripted, go and
Yes, sir.
reread those materials so you understand that variables where functions. This one I'm telling you to call
I'm
functions, and you're calling
still
me.
Um,
that's where the problem is now. That's where the problem is now.
So
The
learn them
function.
well, practice them
I'm
well,
trying to like get
understand functions well.
how to use function with loops. That's where the problem is now.
Of you do plenty. Don't worry, you do plenty nonsense. Then you understand it. Na normal thing. You break
Okay, sir.
things. Don't worry. Me, I will not employ you now, so you not break my own. Beg. I'm too broken to be breaked. So that's it for today. Thank you guys for coming in, and
Love the
we would
use.
post the recordings later on the YouTube channel. All right, all right. This one are the spam, so I spam I'm coming wrong come out.